Hey guys, welcome back to Vaders Fist. And look who decided to come back!
What's up, guys?
Hey!
I wasn't too busy today, so I thought I'd make time for you fellas.
Yeah, I'm Darth Hagen, and this is our Star Wars show.
Welcome.
Vaders Fist. We talk about comics, books, obviously the movies, obviously the video games. We were playing some Battlefront earlier with our friends at
Really? Did you just forget it?
Yeah, Fresh Poodoo. Sorry, I forgot.
I don't even have a PS4 and I still know what it is.
Fresh Poodoo. Like I said the last time, I'm gonna plug this till we get at least 50, 60 people in that community. Go to it. If you play PS4 and you want to talk Star Wars, Catan Omega is the man. He is legit. He's also asked me and George to, we're going to start up our own little podcast, but we're going to keep with the videos with our channel.
Yeah.
Of course, but we're going to also help him out with his podcast and stuff like that. So be on the lookout, because it's going to be awesome. So, for that...
Sorry about that, fellas.
We are going to jump into Darth Poulos' reaction to the Vader comic.
Yes.
Take it away.
So first off, sorry guys, I've been really busy. I worked like 4 doubles. It's like 8 hours of work each day. Last week I just wasn't able to make it. I read this comic probably I'd say like a few days ago. So it's pretty fresh in my mind. But one thing I really liked was when Darth Vader's fighting I can't remember do you remember what his name is?
His name's on the front page. Second, not there. Maybe not the front page. Second page. Technical difficulty. Where's it at?
Okay,
anyways.
Who cares?
Some Jedi Master.
So the Jedi Master on this island, Lucas went over his review. But one thing I liked is like he had this cave and like he has a bunch of trials for him. He throws him into it, and Vader just kind of like just destroys the first trial, and it's like a bunch of floors where you have to go through it, and
it's kind of like what game is that?
Oh,
you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Comment
in the
if you guys
section
know what
below
it is.
if you know what it is.
Awesome. But yeah, anyways, no, I liked it because like he goes through the first one flawlessly, doesn't even come out with a scratch, and then like his droid's like, Master, should I put him through the next one? And he's like, no, screw it, just let him come all the way up, and he comes up, he steals the droid's like little not even light. It's like one of General Grievous's guards.
Yeah.
Kind of.
But it's
staffs.
more like they have a name for it in canon, but I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, and and he just like this Jedi just freaking demolishes him. I mean, one of his robotic legs comes off. He falls down.
The covering of his leg. His leg's still there. It's just you see the robotics.
It's just super damaged, and we get ending of just him falling off, and I think this has been my favorite comic of all. Like,
oh yeah,
just to see, and we've never really. I mean, even in Legends, we really don't see Vader at this vulnerable state unless he's like in a bacta tank.
Yep.
So I really like that, and that was kind of my initial reaction. I was just like, after I was done reading, I was just like, I was sitting by my computer, I was just like, what just happened? I was so confused.
And to give credit, Slice and Dice of Fresh Poodoo, he was talking to me on our community. And he told me that this Jedi, I couldn't remember, I apologize, I should know this all, but he took the trial, I can't remember the name, but it's where he went off and decided to remove himself not from the Force, but from the Jedi Order, and that's why he's there.
Almost like Great Jedi, but not quite.
Yeah. Pretty much.
But that was kind of my reaction, and we didn't want to like go into a whole nother synopsis of it. We just kind of wanted to, since I was gone, give my little take. So we're gonna move on to D23. I just watched it, but Lucas, what did you think?
The behind the scenes. I mean,
I didn't
D23 as a
okay.
whole for Star Wars, I was really, 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 really hoping that we would have heard something about that Obi-Wan. Hopefully the Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
but we didn't. So, I mean, yeah, whatever. And I mean, obviously you weren't going to see anything from Han Solo because that whole thing is a freaking debacle.
Oh, we were so mad.
But you know what? It is what it is. It's going to make money. Just let them do what they want to do. I don't care. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to spend my money.
Right.
I'm not going to be too critical of it.
Right. Before we get too off topic, like we sometimes do, like, honestly, like, I just watched it. I mean, it was kind of cool to see, like, new creatures, the new actors and actresses.
Yes.
But, honestly, I mean, this is what I've come to expect from Star Wars. They're not gonna show their cards.
Oh, no.
So
they are keeping it close to the belt on this one.
Right. So, I mean, and me, like Lucas and I have been saying since Episode 7 came out a few years ago, like I think this is gonna be like Empire Strikes Back. It looks to be a very dark movie, and I think the whole Grey Jedi thing and killing the Jedi makes it even seem darker. Just because that's like, I mean, over 1,000 years of this order, and so yeah, I mean, like the sneak peek was cool to see, like a little thing before the trailer.
Yeah, I like. Well, obviously you see a whole bunch of things. You see Kylo Ren kind of looking like Darth Vader. Like his mask kind of looks more like Vader's. His outfit kind of looks more like Vader.
At least we know now, because it's been speculating since he doesn't have his mask anymore because it got destroyed when the Starkiller Base.
Yeah, with Starkiller.
Everyone was kind of like, well, will he kind of go what Anakin sported in Episode 3 with the scar, or will he go more with Darth Vader? I actually, I kind of said from the beginning, like, I said that I think he's going to have a mask because now he bears a scar, some kind of scar like his grandfather did.
Makes him look vulnerable.
And it gives him more of a reason to start to become Darth Vader. I could even say he could go even darker. Maybe he'll start to put in his own robotics. Who knows?
That would be weird.
He's kind of, he's trying to become someone he's not.
He's not, yeah. He's trying to be a pretender.
He has too much light in him, like from his mom and his dad. Like, he just doesn't have that darkness. I mean, Anakin he never had a dad, and his mom, he saw his mom die in his arms.
Slave stuff, I tell you.
Like, his grandson was, had all these gifts and had a great family, and he just, he found out who his grandfather was and just wanted to be this badass that he's just not.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm excited for this movie because it's in the hands of Rian Johnson. That man has made so many good movies.
Oh, definitely.
That and the fact that people are saying that it's going to be just like Empire, I don't think so at all. And it just confirms my belief, because all the actors and all the actresses that were on this movie said it's nothing like Empire, and it could be its own standalone movie.
Right, and I think, and justifiably, I mean, okay, look, so Episode 7 was, I would say, a little too similar to Episode 4. It had some,
I agree.
But you had to do that because it was the first Star Wars movie in that era since
the prequels.
since 1983. I'm talking that era.
Oh.
Like in the in the Empire and Republic, the New Republic era. Like, they had to do something so that all the old fans were, all the fanboys liked it. But, like, now that they have everyone's attention, it's time to let Rian Johnson just go. And I think that's what they've.
I think that's what they've done.
I think Kathleen Kennedy was like, okay. So we let them kind of do we did this thing so that we could get everyone's attention, that we're back to making good movies, and we're not gonna, but we need something new to keep new fans coming in.
I agree.
So I think it'll be a little similar, I think. I mean, of course, but I think it's gonna blow everyone away.
I think so too. I can't wait. I cannot wait for December 4th. Is it 14th now? Whenever that Friday is. We are going to have a huge review.
I'll check it.
We're going to have the biggest review. It's going to be awesome.
December?
December.
It's a Thursday. That's a Thursday,
Okay,
so it'd be the 15th.
Oh, okay, so it's the 15th, but it's the 14th. You best believe that we're getting our advance tickets, and we are going to see it together. As long as with Darth Depke, who hasn't been on in forever, who probably won't ever be on, but who cares?
Was back in June,
and probably Ginger and my cousin. Again, the gang.
Oh yeah.
But to bring up a point, Katana Omega from Fresh Poodoo, he is very, very, very good at being a critic. And I totally respect him for it. Totally hands off to you. And with this channel, we want your guys' opinion, and we want to make videos for you. So
yeah, we just want to make it. We want to make it easier for you guys to feel like you can critique us, and we just want to help. We just want to grow this channel as much as we can and have as much fun with this as we can.
Hell, I love recording. You know
yeah,
why? Because I get to talk Star Wars all the damn time.
Yeah, plus it gives us an excuse to hang out. So.
Yeah, but I mean, what else is there to really talk about? I mean, we could go into the whole debacle with Lord Miller, but I really don't want to.
We still gotta do this book reviews too.
Yeah, we got books.
All right. So about a month ago. So I was never really into the whole reading Star Wars books. Like he tried it forever. So I go up to Minnesota every year around Memorial Day, and it's about an 8.5 hour drive from here in Nebraska. Because my grandparents live all the way up there, so I was like, you know what, screw it. I bought Tarkin and for the way up there, and I bought Lords of the Sith on the way down. So we're gonna do a Lords of the Sith today,
and then Tarkin.
Probably
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, we're hanging out. Yeah. We're hanging out again, so we'll do that. Yeah, Lords of the Sith. Honestly, it was great. I liked.
Give us a little synopsis.
Well,
for people that don't know.
Right. So Lords of the Sith. So it's right after. It opens up right around after Episode 3.
Yeah, maybe give or take, maybe 2 years. Maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty recent. It's not anything like where Star Wars Rebels is or anything like that. The Empire is still pretty new. It opens up with just Vader in his meditation chamber, and he's just kind of pondering and thinking, and you get then we get Cham Syndulla and his right hand. What's her name? She's psycho.
Yes, she very much is. It's
crazy.
Weird. She is.
But before we get into the details, we'll do that when we do our own personal things. It's basically Vader and Emperor Palpatine are on their giant Star Destroyer, and Cham Syndulla, if you watch Clone Wars, you know who he is. He's
Rebels.
Rebels. He's a rebel fighter for the planet Ryloth, which is the home planet of the Twi'leks.
Yep.
That race. That's the one, the blue and the different colors, and they have
Jedi. They have them dancing around. The chick that gets thrown down in Jabba's
Rancor in the Jedi. Yeah, and so they're going on, and they have this plan where they're going to bring down the Star Destroyer that's Emperor Palpatine's, and they actually do.
It's crazy. It's ridiculous how they do it.
What they didn't account for is Vader. A lot of them actually don't even. A lot of them guess that he's just a clone of something, and he's just like this robot.
Good point. Because during this whole time, only a select few know who Vader are, who Vader is. Even not even his secret identity, but
if he's human,
what he is, who he is, what his rank is, all this other stuff. So when they first come into contact with Vader, he is just mowing down. It's like Rogue One times maybe 50. He takes down a whole bunch of Twi'leks. He kills one of the main guys on the team, and he takes the comm link and just breathes in it.
Yeah.
Now imagine that. Imagine the sound of Vader's breathing for a second.
Right after he kills one of your really good friends.
Yeah. Insane. Just insane. This book, I will tell you, this book goes into more detail about the relationship between Palpatine and Vader.
That reminds
more
me.
than it's ever done.
Before we get into that, so like I said, so the ship goes down, and they did this by they had all these, they just had a bunch of mines planted,
and they used they used Clone Wars.
Droid. They used separatist droid.
Fighters.
Vultures and stuff like that. So it goes down, and Vader and Palpatine get down to Ryloth safely in the forested area of Ryloth. So they're traveling around, and Cham and his right hand realize that they're still alive, and that was the whole point of doing it. Otherwise, there was no point.
Yep.
They wanted to bring down the Empire in one swift move, which we all know wasn't going to happen.
Work.
But so they're trying to get to them, and they have them cornered, but Vader just keeps on chugging along, and eventually they get past everything, and they capture his right hand, and she defiantly doesn't tell them anything, and then Vader one of her last words was I do this all out of love. I guarantee you don't know what that means. And then Vader's like, I know what you mean, and then he chops off her head. And that's the ending.
And there's a part in between where the Royal Guards, the Emperor, and Vader are all in this Twi'lek. They're on the outskirts of this village.
There's a little village they're not in the actual civilization. They're just kind of village.
They're on
people.
The outskirts.
Yeah, like in the forest part.
And he asks the Emperor if he wants Vader to kill them. And it's been a little bit. I've read the book before. I've done all of it, but I can't remember exactly what he says. The Emperor kind of leaves it up to Vader.
Yeah.
And he goes, do what you want. It's your call. And pretty much a flashback from when Vader was in the Jedi Temple, pretty much slaughtered all of those Twi'leks in that village. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous. To show and see how broken that man is. Because you go through, you see the prequels. You see how he's flawed. He's very flawed. He's probably the most flawed character in all of cinema.
Oh, yeah.
And you see him break down and just end up to be the man we know as Darth Vader. And then go through the original trilogy and see him come back is probably the biggest redemption story that's ever been told.
Yeah.
Like, ever.
Another thing I liked about that story was just like there's moments where Anakin kind of comes out.
Yes.
And Emperor Palpatine knows, and he's just like, I know right now we're in like this forested area and you want to kill me. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah. He kind of he questions him.
And then Darth Vader kind of just slowly suppresses Anakin down and like and just like I have no idea what you're talking about. Pretty much.
Honestly, it's a must read for canon. It is a must read for canon, especially if you like Vader or the Emperor. You need to read it.
Definitely. And that's coming, I mean, like, I'm a Legends lover, and I absolutely loved this book. I have my own grievances with what should be and what shouldn't be canon, but this was a great read and a great book.
And I will admit that there is one Legends book that absolutely needs to be canon. And it is Darth Plagueis.
Definitely. Because
the story of Darth Plagueis sets up everything. You can put it into canon and it would make sense. He was there when Palpatine became Chancellor. He was there when Palpatine found Anakin. They created Anakin. That's a great fucking story, right? there. It's amazing. So, I mean, they, man, I just love Star Wars. Star Wars is just the greatest thing on the face of the earth. It just is.
Yeah.
But, guys, we're going to cut it here. I'm Darth Agan.
Darth Poulos.
You can find me at Lord Vader 2123 on Twitter. You can find me at Fresh Poodoo on PS4. Join, play some Battlefront. Get ready for some Battlefront 2, which we will talk about tomorrow. We don't have enough time. I got to get back to gaming on that Fresh Poodoo. But where can we find you, George?
You can find me on Facebook. My Twitter is pretty much done. I was actually thinking about potentially starting a Facebook group for our YouTube channel, so we can get some commentary going on that. Yeah, my name. If you want to know, I'm spell my last name. It's Poulos. I am Greek as hell. But yeah, with that, we're gonna sign off here. We will be back tomorrow, and sometime next week as well.
May the force be with you.
Always.